Hello, so I am Emma from Emma's Happy Place Arts and Crafts, and this is my very first YouTube collaboration. It's Froggy Friday with an absolutely incredible bunch of resin artists. I will pop the playlist in the description, and I think it's Nerd Goblin. I have to double check. This is the very first one. I'm late as always, but I'm making a frog. So this is it. I decided to use UV resin and fast cure polyethylene resin. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, you'll see. I can link what I can in the bottom. I'm not very good at this, but please do comment down below and let us know how I can make it better. If I did anything wrong on the collaboration, because I'm me, I probably will have. So what I've done here is I've added a layer of UV resin. I have sped this up because it was a really long video of just watching me put these pieces into the frog in different layers of resin. So I put a small layer of the UV resin down. I'm moving these little screws and washers and bolts and things around. So I'm trying to eliminate bubbles. It doesn't look like I got any bubbles at the end. In fact, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So between every layer, I cure the resin. I've got the Let's Resin UV machine. I'm having a fight with it there to make the bottom bit work as well. And then I do another layer of resin. I'm working in quite small, thin layers. I want to be able to see the different cogs, so it looks like a circuit board inside a little bit. Here I add a nut and a screw to his eyes. It was a fiddle to get them to stay up, but I get there in the end. But again, just adding more and more. I'm kind of being a bit choosy about where I put them, so it doesn't all look like it's just been thrown in. For a resin piece, it's really quick to do, especially using the UV light and the black polyethylene resin. See, again, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but here we go. This is the third layer. I'm not entirely sure how many I do, but I really love doing it. I love all kinds of crafts. Yeah, I love it. Anything crafty, anything at all. I love Jessamite. I love the 2-part plasters, the 1-part plasters, mixed media. So if you are new here, hi. Again, let us know what you think. Was the video okay? Did I do all right? I'm not very good with technology, but I really enjoyed it, and I am late doing this as well, so my video is going out after everybody else's, I think. I don't know how to set it to a premiere, so that might be a bit yeah, we've got a lot to learn, I think. So I'm just adding UV resin in a few places. I was going to add more into the legs and things, but I think I just leave it with just some screws just to make it look like the legs are fastened on a bit. And again, another layer, just keep going. Like I say, I did speed this up because it was insanely long just watching us do the same thing over and over. This might be the final layer for it, actually. I used what UV resin, you can see on the bottle what UV resin I used. I do like it. It's not an awful resin. I like, yeah, it's really good, actually. Is it Nick Pro? Don't quote us on that anyway. It's probably right in front of us, but you know. So I use some of the carnelian flakes and some of the powders as well from Let's Resin, and it makes it look pretty cool at the end, I do have to say. So I'm adding these in. These are like the brackets that join, say, 2 bits of wood together, and I thought it would look like it was joining the legs on in places, and maybe the head joined on as well. But again, just as I'm going, this wire here didn't make it in. I was going to add some wire into this final layer, but I totally changed my mind. It didn't look right. I was just trying out new things, but I wanted to add it in just to show that I did sort of think about it a bit more, but it didn't make the cut. So I'm going to add a little bit more resin in. I think we've changed there to J. Dixon UV resin because I ran out of the other one. So again, another layer, and then I think I just cure this one without adding anything else. And I want to give it more depth, more 3D look. So just moving it around helps get rid of any bubbles. You can use a long nose lighter as well to get rid of any bubbles, but I don't think I had many. I would have got the lighter out if I did. There we go. And this is where I decide to add in the chameleon flakes. I think I used the green, I think it's lime. and I just add, I don't put it everywhere, I just dot and dab it, because I wanted the flakes to have a different look. So just dot and dab. I do grab, this is my issue of throwing too many things in. I've already decided against the wire. So I grab some, you know, the little glass crystals. I do grab some of them and throw a few in the top, and you can't really see them at the end. You kind of can if you're looking, but it kind of, I was sitting outside, so I basically live in a madhouse. So I've got the parrot and the puppies, so I was hiding outside. So I'm back in. If you hear the parrot, I'm really sorry. But I'm adding some of the flakes in just at random. They don't really stick, but they look so good at the end. And then, like I say, I throw some of these crystals in. I'm hunting for stuff now. This is where I'm very much throw everything at it, and sometimes less is more. Just sometimes, not often. I'm normally more is more. But again, I go in with some resin over the top of the flakes. I forgot I did that. And then just moving it around. I think I want the flakes to stay where they were. I didn't want to move them again with the brush. So, yes. I'm watching myself now. The thing is, I did find that the UV resin, it does shrink a little bit, and it kind of come away from the mould. Oh, I must have missed the bit of where I added the chameleon powder and the crystals. I do that as well. But this is the resin. Oh, here it is. That's... Anyway, let us know how the video is. Do I make any sense? So this is the crystals I'm throwing in. The other one is the poly resin I'm going to use. Added the crystals in, and then I'm going to grab the carnelian powder. I think I decided that the green wasn't enough, so this is where I add it, and I put quite a bit in. I cover the feet, I cover all the inside, everything. So we've got the layer of the carnelian flakes, and then we'll have the layer of powder. So and next week's, I'm hoping to join in again next week. Next week's will be better, I promise. My life. So plenty in his feet, because I wanted them to be a different colour. Obviously with it going to be the black final layer of resin. And then I added everywhere else. And I just hope that's going to show through. Again with all the different layers and things. But it turns out so cool. Just you wait. It will be worth listening to the absolute madness of what this is. I promise. When we get there. So I've already put these crystals in. I maybe should have just put them in after. But they weren't resined in or anything. So I just moved them around. I was thinking, is it a good idea? Is it not a good idea? Is it going to look terrible? We will see. So I do the edges and everything as well. I make sure that the whole thing's covered. Anywhere where the mould would be shown. Left over. And then we add this black resin, which, by the way, it took like 10 minutes to cure. It's fantastic. I've used the cream one plenty of times for mixed media and things, but this is the first time I've had the black one. And I also seen that they do some water clear, and it is the Polycraft FC3680 black. It's a 1:1 mixing ratio, and it's from MB Fiberglass in the UK. They do all different kinds of resin fillers and things as well. You also get your jessamite there, and they're really, really good. Yeah, there's everything. You get your jessamite colours and all sorts. So here's the black. I mix it pretty quick. You don't get an awful lot of time to work with it, but I filled the frog. Again, I try to do it a little bit slowly so that I wouldn't end up with any bubbles, and then I give his feet a little poke about and things just to make sure there's no bubbles left in them, because the last thing he needed was a missing toe. I mean, I've already put him through the build of nuts and bolts. So, and then I'm just off here right now, just so I don't waste the rest of the resin. I'm popping it in a separate mould, so just bear with. I'll be back. But it's pretty much curing super fast. It's awesome. I love the other resins. My brain's gone blank. But this stuff, especially doing this for, I think it took about half an hour start to finish with all the different layers, and obviously curing it and I was like amazed, absolutely amazed. And I was totally convinced, I had convinced myself that it wouldn't work, that it would be a massive fail. Again, back to the madhouse. We'll see how long I can record for this time. It was easier when I had 2 little kids running around, honestly, than 2 pups. But here we go, watch. Are you ready for the reveal? So worth it, so worth it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Love the green, love the cogs. He's amazing. I take him outside and get some better pictures. But this frog, look at these eyes, but even in the right place. Like, I love it when a plan comes together. This is exactly what I hoped it would look like in my head. Like I say, you can't really see the crystals, but as you look closely, you see all the different layers. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this frog. And I hope that dogs, kids, dogs, frogs, oh my. But it's awesome. There is some pictures coming up at the end, so hang on and wait. Again, awfully sorry. It's like I live in a really rubbish zoo. But, I mean, look at all the different layers. The UV resin worked out perfect. Here's some pictures. Thank you so much. Leave us a comment. Leave us a like. Leave us whatever you like. Lots of love. And hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye.